I really hope that the loss of his life wasn't in vain. I really hope that all this knowledge will spread around so we can save so many people, beautiful people, and we can enjoy these amazing musicians for much longer.
If I'm out of myself, I'm great. If I'm inside all the time, I'm horrible. I'm a mess. And so,
did you see that? When I outside of myself, this is the reason why it's so difficult to meditate, because you feel comfortable being inside of yourself. I meditate 3 hours once a week, every week, for my own sanity. I go to the Self-Realization Fellowship Temple in Pacific Palisades, which is a beautiful place with incredible energy. I meditate every day, several times a day, to keep my sanity, to keep my energy body and my physical body healthy. Not because somebody told me. I do it for necessity. And he cannot be inside of himself because he has to confront these toxic, dark, evil energies.
And suggests that his demons ran deeper than fans realized.
So when he's outside of himself, he doesn't have to deal with this. This is the problem that we all have. We need to develop the capacity to feel okay, happy when we are alone. If we always need someone else, a couple, a romantic partner, a father, a mother, a friend, a brother and sister, only to be happy, we are missing something. And this is why we have all this problem. We need to learn how to be happy when we are on our own. Like my friend said, I am on my own, but I'm not alone, because she has a great connection with the divinity.
so for me, it's like that was kind of where I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary.
So I don't like my mind right now, stacking problems that are not necessary. What he doesn't like is not he doesn't like his mind. We all love who we are. I mean, we need to learn how to love ourselves. He doesn't like this part, toxic stuff that he has inside that is bothering him.
You know, that's where that was where that came from for me. And but it's the moment where it's like realizing like I drive myself nuts.
I drive myself nuts. It's not himself, because we have the higher self. It's the part of energy that is closer to God, the energy that creates the whole universe. I drive myself nuts means that thing, toxic energy inside of him, is driving himself. But the good thing, the good news is that thing doesn't belong to us. This is for you, all of us, that we are surviving this crazy world, let's put it this way. So remember, there is a solution, and pills, medicine has no solution at all because it's in the energetic realm. He has all the money, all the support that he needed. And medicine has no clue why addiction is so difficult to heal, to cure. They cure. Cure is just cure the symptoms, but healing is healing the root cause. And healing the root cause is removing these entities from the life of people. Remember, we are not driving ourselves crazy. It's those things that do not belong to us.
Like actually thinking that like all these are real problems. Like all the stuff that's going on in here is actually just, I'm doing this to myself.
I'm doing it to myself. Well, sometimes we do things to ourselves, and he is conscious. The only detail, deep important detail, is he didn't know he has all these entities, these toxic energies influencing him. So we need to know to separate what is us, what is not us. What is us? What makes us happy, what makes us whole, what makes us understand that those problems are not us. They don't belong to us, they are separate from us. That's the difference that we need to understand.
And regardless of whatever that thing is. And so this is kind of like, regardless of whatever that thing is.
Regardless of what that thing is. Regardless of what that thing is. That thing is the energy blockage. that thing is the entity, the toxic energy. Do you see how clear? I invite you to go and look for this video and watch it all in a totally new view, with new eyes, with the eyes of the wisdom that you are acquiring by watching this video.
So this is that like conscious awareness of that thing, and like
conscious awareness of that thing. He had it. He had it right there. He was this much to save his life. He just needed something, somebody to explain to him. This is the reason I am doing this video. So please share this video. You are going to save a lot of lives. Many, maybe thousands of lives if you share this video.
when you can step back and look at something, like you're actually elevating yourself consciously. Like you're enlightened at that point, right? To a certain degree.
He was enlightened. He just said that when you step out of yourself and see those things, have the awareness of those things, you elevate yourself. Of course, when you have this understanding, it's a deep spiritual knowledge. So if you are there, don't let that thing take over your life. And I'm going to repeat this because it was amazingly deep and wise.
Conscious awareness of that thing, and like when you can step back and look at something, like you're actually elevating yourself consciously. Like you're enlightened at that point, right? To a certain degree.
You are enlightened at that point. He said that, of course, when you understand what I am telling you, we are enlightened. And he had it right there. I know that he has metaphysical knowledge, maybe some kind of meditation, spirituality, but this little detail wasn't explained to him. I really hope that the loss of his life wasn't in vain. I really hope that all this knowledge will spread around so we can save so many people, beautiful people, and we can enjoy these amazing musicians for much longer, just 41 years old.
And so this is that moment of enlightenment where you go, you know, I could do something about this, and by doing it, I can move forward and get unstuck from this, and then I could actually be able to, for me, it's like I can live with life on life's terms. Like I can...
The thing we can do is to meditate, find ways to connect with spirit, get energy healing. And he was living in PB. I go to take a hike and meditate for half an hour, 1 hour to a hike in PB, Palos Verdes, where he used to live. I wish I could have met him one day there. And we could have that conversation.
Can experience the whole, like I can experience the whole spectrum of humanity and not want to get out of it, whether it's happiness, sadness, or whatever. Like I just want to, like when I'm in it, I just want to get out of however I'm feeling, no matter what it is.
So when you wrote this song, you were clearly in that bad neighborhood in your brain. Or
this time last year, I was a mess, like a total wreck, you know. And like I think for a lot of people, they think like if you're successful, like all of a sudden like you get like a green, like you get like some card in the mail that says like you're gonna be totally satisfied and happy for the rest of your life. It doesn't happen like that. Like life for me happens the way it always, the only difference is I'm in Lincoln Park. Like what goes on inside.
You see, all these celebrities, Chester, Michael Jackson, Robin Williams, Keith Emerson, they have all the material things and a beautiful wife, girlfriends, whatever, but something inside was missing. We can have all the money of the world, the best doctors, and this is not going to be healed because the healing has to be deep. We have to heal the root cause, to remove those toxic energies from our bodies.
What goes on inside my head it's always been this way for me. So
because unfortunately Chester had resorts to these substances for a long time, that's why he had always those things inside of his head controlling him.
So when I'm not working on that, like my life gets messy. And that's kind of how the inspiration for all these songs came from, conversations.
When I'm not working on that, my life is a kind of messy. What did he mean by that? When I am not working on myself, on being free from these toxic energies, my life is messy. Just think about you. Think about me. I made a video. I want you to watch that video. I was feeling weaker and weaker and weaker for a period of 2 months until I couldn't take it anymore. I knew I have some toxic energies. I don't know exactly the degree, but they were making it weaker by the day. Until I couldn't take it anymore, I fast for 5 days. I went camping for 4 days, and I started going to this 3 hours meditation. So I am doing this 3 hours meditation to connect myself with the source of all energy, so to be healthy from inside out. Healing is always from inside out. And he was working on himself. However, he didn't know these details, deep healing details that are so necessary and simple to understand.
Conversations about life and what was going on as friends, as husbands, as fathers, as, whatever, business partners. Like, we were all talking about what was going on in all aspects of our lives at certain times throughout the process of this record. And we realized, like, man, we've all gone through like some really crazy stuff, and we don't need to find the source of inspiration. Like, what's this record about? Like, this is our life. We always have written about our lives, and like that should.
Why do you think that all these songs, when people are talking about broken hearts or the problems that they have, like they were saying, they were talking about their life, they are so meaningful for people because we are all going through some kind of emotional stuff. Emotional trauma, stress, in summary, are the causes of all these toxic energies in our bodies, are the causes of resorting to things that weakens our aura, our energy field, and allow these toxic energies to take over our lives. All the people who go to the concert, 80%, they are going through things too. That's why they feel related. Even in internet marketing, they say, talk about in a negative way of the problems of the people, and people will like what you say the most. Because we all want to be healed. And we will hear that, I say, okay, this is something I have to heal. This is why when they talk about their life with all their problems, people love it. Because we all have a little problem here and there that we relate to them.
That should just be enough. We don't need to find some new thing. Like, life is always throwing these like curveballs at you, whether they're good or bad. Like, it just happens.
And I'm going to stop here because we had more than enough. Life is throwing at you these curveballs here and there. So when we have problems, instead of resorting to substances that weakens our aura, that make holes, cracks in our energy field, and allows these entities, these toxic, dark energies to take over or to feed, to take our energy, let's do something else. Today I went to the beach. I went to the beach, which is about 5-10 minutes from where Chester used to live. In the Torrance Beach, I can see PB from the beach that I go. I jump into the water, I went with my boogie board, I ran for about 10-15 minutes on the beach, I lay down on the sand for half an hour, and I do this for energetic reasons. Besides that, it was a beautiful day. When I go to the beach, it's not just to have fun and be lazy. It's for energetic, healthy reasons. Just by going to the beach, we can remove energy blockages. And I'm going to do a summary. Share this video to educate people. We can save a lot of lives. When we have an emotional trauma, stress, chronic depression, anxiety, anger, weakens our shield. And if we resort to alcohol and drugs, our aura opens. And through those openings, these toxic energies comes to us. This is not a fairy tale. This is real. And in the video that you are going to see right now, it will show you very clear. So, when these toxic energies take over our bodies, they start influencing our mind. And we go through cycles of doing the same stupid thing again and again and again, like my client told me today, like going to bars, keep drinking, keep using drugs and things like that. Keep talking bad with our romantic partner, treating them bad when we don't want, and then we regret. The only way to cut this vicious circle is to have them removed with energy healing, with Reiki, some good energy healer that knows how to remove entities, how to remove energy blockages.
The biggest change was when you were on my belly. It felt like a bunch of bubbles moving around and leaving my body. And before that, I couldn't eat for 3 days. I was having a hard time sleeping. But yeah, after the session, after I felt that, immediately after I left, I was very, very hungry, and I had to stop at a drive-thru to get something to eat.
It's as simple as that. And then our homework is to daily contact with this energy that creates us all. This energy, Reiki means the energy that comes straight from God. Just connect with God. Don't go to the middlemen and things in between, because the boss can heal our bodies and minds. Practice yoga. Help people. Read about metaphysics. Read about spirituality, but reading is not enough. We need to practice. We need to be grounded through meditation, through daily contact with this energy. When you contact with this energy, you feel happy,